Great. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are on this fast forward planet, which I have to say is still wrapped in a pandemic. There's some really encouraging trends right now. The United States, for the first time yesterday, had 2 million vaccinations in one day. So it's 315 million people. Tons to do yet. They're doing it by age cohort still mostly, and by who's in need in terms of risk. So but there's tons of work to be done to make sure this goes smoothly. And of course, sadly, some of the populations at most risk are most hesitant to get the virus. To get the vaccine, including there's a black distrust of vaccination. This goes back through history to all the abuses of black populations related to medical experimentation and the like before. So lots of work to be done. Again, this is the Sunday morning version of our podcast, webcast, whatever you want to call it, our video show, Sustain What? And the Sunday show is called Sunday Sanity. And we try to limit the chatter, and we'll get back into the tough issues during the week. And this is about music. And sometimes music has this serious component as well. This morning, we'll be honoring Anne Feeney, who died from the effects of COVID-19 this past week, and who everyone on this call today knows because of her work as an activist singer, a frontline, especially labor-oriented voice in the folk scene for a very long time. So I just thought we'd kick it off with one of her songs about justice and jail. And then we'll get to Karen Brooks and Laurie Siegel and Pat Jones and the rest of the morning. I'm Andy Revkin at the Earth Institute of Columbia University, where I run this webcast through. Of course, I'm in the Hudson Valley this morning on Lenape territory. I'm thankful for that and recognize the challenges that we have imposed on the past residents of this land. But here's Anne Feeney to kick things off here.
So I decided if I was going to make a career out of this activism thing, I should have a song we could sing on our way to jail. This is it. Was it Cesar Chavez? Maybe it was Dorothy Day. Someone said Dr. King or Gandhi set them on their way. No matter who your mentors are, it's pretty plain to see. If you've been to jail for justice, you're in good company. Have you been to jail for justice? I want to shake your hand. Sitting in and lying down are ways to take a stand. Have you sung a song for freedom or marched that picket line? Have you been to jail for justice? Oh, you're a friend of mine. You law-abiding citizens, listen to this song. Laws were made by people, and people can be wrong, so wrong. Once unions were against the law, but slavery was fine. Women were denied the vote, and children worked the mine. The more you study history, the less you can deny it. The rotten law stays on the books, the folks like us defy it. Have you been to jail for justice? I want to shake your hand. Sitting in and lying down are ways to take a stand. Have you sung a song for freedom or marched that picket line? Have you been to jail for justice? Oh, you're a friend of mine. Now the law's supposed to serve us, and so are the police. When that system fails, it's up to us to speak our piece. It takes eternal vigilance for justice to prevail. So get courage from your convictions. Let them haul you off to jail. Have you been to jail for justice? I want to shake your hand. Sitting in and lying down are ways to take a stand. Have you sung a song for freedom or marched that picket line? Have you been to jail for justice? Will you go to jail for justice? Have you been to jail for justice? Oh, you're a friend of mine.
Yeah. So there she is. There she was, still with us visually, via video and the rest, but lost prematurely because of this pernicious virus. So tamp it down, stop swapping air, listen to science. And good morning to you all. How you doing, Patrick and Karen and Lori?
Good today. Good today.
Yeah, one day at a time, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, snow's falling in Beacon right now. Reliving the events of a week ago, I think was a week we had a really good one.
Yep. And Karen, how are things up in snowy northern Massachusetts, sheep country?
It's definitely the middle of winter, and it's snowing again. We already have between 16 and 18 inches on the ground, and that's not going to go away. So
Yeah,
I guess you guys got hit pretty bad too, didn't you? You got
we had about here we have about 16 inches, I think, that fell. It's mostly kind of tamped down. Now we're getting another, I'd say 4 to 6 inches today. It's coming down right now.
We still have huge piles from the last snowstorm.
Oh, I bet.
Yes,
I bet.
that Beacon effect. I know those.
Yeah.
I almost got in a car accident in Beacon once when someone couldn't see past the snowdrifts. Lori Siegel, I wondered if you might kick things off. Do you have a song in mind?
I sure do. Well, let's kick it off with Around a Union Maid, which Anne
that builds beautifully on Anne.
Yeah. She did sing that song, and she definitely was the Union Maid. So let's remember Anne. Hear the guitar okay?
That's great.
There once was a Union maid who never was afraid of the goons and the ginks and the company finks and the deputy sheriff who made the raid. She went to the Union Hall where a meeting it was called, and when the company boys came round, she always stood her ground. Oh, you can't scare me, I'm sticking to the Union. I'm sticking to the Union. I'm sticking to the Union. Oh, you can't scare me. I'm sticking to the Union. I'm sticking to the Union till the day I die. This Union maid was wise to the tricks of the company spies. She'd never be fooled by the company stools. She'd organize the gals and guys. She'd always get her way. When she struck for higher pay, she'd show her card to the company guard, and this is what she'd say. Oh, you can't scare me, I'm sticking to the Union. I'm sticking to the Union. I'm sticking to the Union. Oh, you can't scare me, I'm sticking to the Union. I'm sticking to the Union till the day I die. You women who want to be free, take a little tip from me. Break out of this mold, you've all been sold. You got a fighting history, the fight for women's rights. With workers must unite, and like Mother Jones, just move those bones to the front of every fight. Oh, you can't scare me, I'm sticking to the Union. I'm sticking to the Union. I'm sticking to the Union. Oh, you can't scare me, I'm sticking to the Union. I'm sticking to the Union till the day I die. One more time. Oh, you can't scare me, I'm sticking to the Union. I'm sticking to the Union. I'm sticking to the Union. Oh, you can't scare me, I'm sticking to the Union. I'm sticking to the Union till the day I die.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
That
Hold
was
on a second.
awesome.
Yeah. And boy, again, it's really hard to sing these songs like solo. We're still looking for that time when we get back to the Town Crier Cafe or just out on the street and sing these in harmony together.
I was hearing y'all in my head.
Yep. Yeah, that's great. Trouble Sisters are in the house. Speaking of Trouble Sisters, Karen, what's on your musical mind? Thinking about Anne Feeney, thinking about where we are in this moment in history, the impeachment trial getting going, and number 2, and so many things going on.
I've been thinking about Pete's song. Well, it's not Pete's, but Jacob's Ladder, and that always seems like a good kind of a memorial, also because it's So I thought about trying it and just singing one little bit and then having you, Lori, respond, but I I don't know. I feel like it's a little disruptive sometimes,
It
unless we do.
can be
It
risky.
doesn't really work. Yeah, we've tried.
We are climbing Jacob's ladder. We are climbing Jacob's ladder. We are climbing Jacob's ladder. Brothers, sisters, all. Every rung goes higher and higher. Every rung goes higher and higher. Every rung goes higher and higher. Brothers, sisters, oh. Every round makes us stronger. Every new round makes us stronger. Every new round makes us stronger. Brothers, sisters, oh. We are climbing Jacob's ladder. We are climbing Jacob's ladder. We are climbing Jacob's ladder. Brothers, sisters, all. Thanks.
Beautiful.
Mm.
Really beautiful. And we're climbing. It's all a journey. We think too much about destinations and outcomes, I think, as opposed to thinking about how to improve the journey with all of its imperfections.
Mhm.
Patrick Jones,
Yes.
how you doing?
Inspired by the last two songs. I have a song to present, and I guess I'll just precurse it with, I went to Hunter College and I took colonial history, and there's a book, I don't know the author, it's called The Enduring Vision. And so I went with my friend Charlie Shue and David Ross and David Burns, and they helped me put this song together. It's called The Dream. And I'm playing one of Chiho's guitars. So
We'll be on in a little while, I believe.
yeah. Storm was coming on the horizon. We didn't see it coming. For some of us, it was a complete surprise. There was something in the counting that said we were fine. Gonna have a man and a woman leave the country for the first time. We can bring back the dream, we can bring back the love. Every hand in the world on the wings of a dove. Take a look inside your heart, you know what I'm thinking of. We can bring back the dream. We can bring back the love. Hidden voices, they were strident, and fear was building on the rise. And I was shaken from the outcome. It's right before our eyes. Yes, our nation was backward sliding from the road that we were on, and all that's left is one another to just keep pushing on. We can bring back the dream, we can bring back the love. Every soul in the world on the wings of a dove. Take a look inside your heart, you know what I'm thinking of. We can bring back the dream, we can bring back the love. Give me some love. When I was younger, my father told me the pendulum is always gonna swing. I never realized these years I'm older. In my heart his words would ring. It's so complicated how we got here, but it's a simple point of fact. People were not lost. We've just been searching. Now it's time to get on back. We can bring back the dream. We can bring back the love, yeah. Two hands in the world on the wings of a dove. Take a look inside your heart, you know what I'm thinking of. Yes, we can bring back this dream, we can bring back love. We can bring back the dream, we can bring back love. Once again we can sing, we shall overcome someday.
I was singing along with that last someday.
Yeah,
Great.
That's so great.
yeah,
Yeah, I see David Ross is in the green room who helped write that song.
Yeah.
It's a really good one.
yeah. Thank you.
More apt than when you first wrote it. More because
Yeah.
here we are again with a woman and a man.
Yes.
Leading the
Woman and a
country.
man leading the country for the first time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you very much. Well,
Lori, do you have another tune in mind before we get into the
Sure. Well, this I'll do an original then.
Absolutely.
Song of Hope. Always a good note to come back to. I sing a song of hope. Well, let me just start again.
Yeah, sure. It's early in the morning.
I sing a song of hope, defiantly declared. Release it if you dare, in the midst of dark despair. Fueled by a spark of rage, the rattling of a cage is a rhythm that compels you and tells you to keep on marching on. Keep the fire burning, keep your head held high as you look into the eyes of those who'd bring you down. They cannot bring us down. You sing a song of hope, held like a babe in arms. You try to keep it warm, protected from the storm. Nursing the gash of a dream that has been dashed, and still you sing, and still we sing. Keep the fire burning, keep your head held high as you look into the eyes of those who'd bring you down. They cannot bring us down. We sing a song of hope, lightning in the skies, from the fire in our eyes, burning through the storm. Fueled by a burning love, raise our eyes above, see the elders and the young, all our colors of the sun, rising up as one. Yes, rising up as one. Keep the fire burning, keep your head held high as you look into the eyes of those who'd bring you down. They cannot bring us down. We will rise, we will rise, we will rise. We will rise, we will rise, we will rise, we will rise. Oh, together we will rise, we will rise, together we will rise.
Spectacular.
I love
It's a
that
great
song.
song, Lori.
Thank you.
The
Love
last
it.
time
We
you
have to
did
do
it, on the show, you guys sang it, I think, out at the Ryder Farm. I think you
Yes.
Oh, I think we did.
Right.
That's
You
right.
did.
Yeah.
Back
was
when it was
beautiful.
I
warm
was on
enough.
base.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was flowers all around, and yeah, amazing. But it works in February too.
Yeah,
Fantastic
we-
song.
Yeah, wonderful, Lori. Good words.
And
Thank
there's
you.
nice comments coming in from all over the place. We had Joanne McGarry again out in the Northern California redwoods. Danny Heim was on earlier from New Mexico. So people are out there listening. This is all, it's a community here that's been built around the show, which is really great. Thanks to all of you.
Thank you.
Thanks
Andy.
for being here. And I'll bring in David. Here's David Ross.
Oh,
Hey
hey,
guys,
Hi, David.
it's the old gang.
Hey.
Here we
Breakneck
are.
Ridge Review.
Yeah,
Five
this is half the breakneck
breakneckers
right
in
here.
one place.
I
Well,
know, we're
yeah,
just missing a
there are a
couple.
few people that we just haven't seen for a long time. You know, I
Mm.
miss our bass player an awful lot,
Yeah,
Mark, I know. Yeah.
and our drummer. You know, I don't know where he's gone to, but I guess he's hanging out in Cold Spring somewhere.
He's got his
I
studio.
talked to Todd. Todd says hi, and I've been trying to get him to come on the show. He's got great music, so let's.
I know. I've been trying
put in
to.
the effort to get him. Yeah.
Well, maybe we can just force him over the finish line. We'll figure that out.
Good to see you, David. It's been a week.
Yeah,
you.
that's true. Yeah, that's true. Hope you're feeling better.
Yeah, I had a rough
Lori, you
week.
sounded beautiful this morning, Lori.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you, David.
Good
That's
way to
great.
get up on a Sunday.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Karen, can you fit in another tune?
Yeah, I didn't get to hear your first one. I'd love to hear one, Karen.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's doing great.
This one is one that when Anne was last weekend when we were doing this music thing, she was still hanging in there, but they asked for requests of songs for her family to play for her. So this is
And-
one that
Our poet laureate has
Hey,
popped in
Andre.
too. Andre,
Hey there. Hey,
No.
good morning.
good morning there.
So,
So
Karen,
should
go
I go
for it.
ahead?
Yeah, sure.
Wind chimes on the front porch, bells inside the clock, organ in the corner, tunes from a music box. We sang while we were cooking or working in the yard. We sang although our lives were very hard. There was music in my mother's house. There was music all around. There was music in my mother's house, and my heart still feels full with the sound. My mother taught piano, but my sister had the ear. She could sing the harmony to any song she'd hear. Now I don't claim much talent, but I always loved to play, and I guess I will until my dying day. There was music in my mother's house. There was music all around. There was music in my mother's house, and my heart still feels full with the sound. Those days come back so clearly, although I'm far away. She gave me the kind of gift I love to give away. And when our mother died and we'd sung her last song, we sat in the living room singing all night long, singing la 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 la, singing the old torch songs, singing the front porch songs, la 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 la, singing the songs to send her home. There was music in my mother's house. There was music all around. There was music in my mother's house, and my heart still feels full with the sound.
Glorious.
Thanks.
Who
What
wrote
a
that?
beautiful song. How did you get that back? How did you get that echo happening there, Karen? Is there a secret there?
Oh, you mean when I go la 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 la?
Yeah, how did
echo?
you get that second la 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 there? Are you going to get
She
that?
was doing it with her voice.
That was me. That's where other people would sing. So I know Melissa's at home listening and singing along.
I thought
so
you.
that
It was like a ventriloquism act. It was fantastic.
Very, very nice.
I
Must
was
have been the
doing the
delay.
echo with you.
Yeah.
Patrick, before we move to the next round, could you sneak in one more quick one?
Oh,
Okay. There is.
I
we
could.
do- yeah.
I could. Yeah. Well, now, if you want to dissipate the darkness, you know we got to shine a little light. Tear down the walls that divide and separate us, and help the blind regain their sight. We gotta tear down every wall now, people. Gotta tear down every wall. We gotta early in the morning. Gotta tear down every wall. We got war between the Trumpsters, the Reds and the Blues. War between the straight and gay. All sides are talking about peace and understanding. Something's lost in translation on the way. Now the left says the right's mean-spirited and cold. Left says the right's unsound. Both sides are building up a wall of separation. We gotta tear them walls on down. We gotta tear down every wall now. People gotta tear down every wall. We got to early in the morning, tear down every wall. Now Jesus met the woman at the well, asked her for a drink of water. She didn't care that he was a Samaritan. He laid the love of God on her. Now I don't mean to sound religious. I know it turns some people off. But if you don't hear the devil when he comes calling, we're surely gonna pay the cost. We gotta tear down every wall now. People gotta tear down every wall. We gotta early in the morning, tear down every wall. Everywhere there's greed and corruption, everywhere some evil plan. The poor victimized by the rich and the powerful. They think that we don't understand, but we do. We're gonna tear down every wall now. People gonna tear down every wall. We gotta early in the morning, tear down every wall. We gotta tear down every wall now. People gotta tear down every wall. We gotta early in the morning, tear down every wall. We gotta tear down every wall. Tear down every wall. We gotta tear down every wall.
Oh man, that's just such a great song. And that, we normally do that as a big band, and you just nailed it. Just solo, beautiful, really built on your friend's words.
Yeah, well,
Really
I'm feeling close with you guys, and yeah, it's coming out, and this is a very good guitar to do it on. So,
well, Chiho is scheduled. The guy who made that guitar is scheduled to be on here in a little bit, so hopefully he'll come around.
yeah.
So thanks again, Patrick Jones,
Sure.
Larry Siegel, Karen Brooks, and hang out if you want. The green room can stand having another 2 people, so we'll have to. Some people have to kind of go shift at some point to watching on Facebook or YouTube.
I'm going to shift over to YouTube because I can watch you guys on a big 42-inch screen and sit back with my coffee. And
good.
I mean, this is great entertainment. So I'm going to do that before David gets his song in, right?
Yeah. And it was so nice to see all you guys, and I'll listen too. I'll listen.
Yeah, me too. Nice to see everybody. Nice to be together again.
Yeah.
And bye, Andre.
Bye.
Get your shots.
Yes, David, you got yours.
I got one to go.
Right. One to go. So David Ross, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. It's a good week, all in all. It's kind of weird to be in this kind of new normal that actually feels like a real normal.
Mm-hmm.
Got a president who cares about the environment. We got problems that need to be solved that are being solved quietly and with expert advice and listening to scientists and the like. It's
Amazing.
like, well, what channel have we turned into here? Is this are we in the Twilight Zone? I think we're in the real, I think we're finally back in the real world, but it's still a bit of a shock.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Hold on. Here comes Chiho.
Hello.
We were just
Hey,
talking about your
Chiho.
guitar.
Sorry, I'm late.
No, that's okay. Patrick Jones just was playing your one of your instruments really beautifully.
cool.
So we brought you up. And with David, yesterday we passed. It was the first time there've been 2 million vaccinations in this country in one day.
Wow.
Yeah, well,
2 million.
I
So
think,
things are getting in the gear.
he could maybe get the 100 million in 100 days. That would be nice to see.
A huge amount of work ahead.
Yep. Yeah.
Andre, how are you doing?
Good. I'm amazed at the speed of events, like everybody else.
Yeah.
It's good to see you. It's snowing. I'm thinking of François Villon, the French poet who invented lyric poetry, and the winter he wrote about. It said winter, and the famous line, "Where are the snows of yesteryear?" Well, here it is today.
Yeah.
This is the snow.
When was he writing? What era was he writing?
15th century.
Wow, interesting.
1456, which apparently had a kind of a small ice age at the time.
Oh yeah.
And, there was
What's his name again? The name again?
François Villon. Villon was a medical student, and he made his precarious living by stealing corpses for the medical school.
Oh, just like poets today,
Yeah.
That can be steady work, actually.
Yeah, I
Wow.
was poet to stop dying now. My friend Dick Gallup passed away not so long ago, and for some reason, Robert Creeley keeps coming up. A wonderful poet.
Oh, great, Creeley.
Knew well, so
Oh.
when my turn it comes, I'll read the poem by Robert Creeley.
Wow. Do you have some kind of a verse in mind this morning?
Yeah. I mean, this is I did this anthology called American Poets Say Goodbye to the 20th Century. I mean, it's hard to believe this is the first quarter of the 20th. And then it clearly answered to this wonderful poem, Good for All Times. It's called Goodbye. It says, now I recognize it was always me, like a camera, set to expose itself to a picture or a pipe through which the water might run, or a chicken dead for dinner, or a plan inside the head of a dead man. Nothing so wrong when one considered how it all began. It was Zhukovsky's born very young in a world already very old. The century was well along when I came in, and now that it's ending, I realize it won't be long. But couldn't it all have been a little nicer, as my mother would say? Did it have to kill everything in sight? Did the right always have to be so wrong? I know this body is impatient. I know I constitute only a meager voice and mind. Yet I love. I want no sentimentality. I want no more than home. Which is wonderful. I mean, he wrote it for the book to say, and all the poets are saying goodbye to the 20th century. Gary Snyder said, well, why don't they say goodbye to the millennium? And I said, well, we didn't really live in the millennium. We lived in the century, in the 20th century. Those are our times. So.
Well, that's so interesting. But also the snows of yesteryear, thinking the early roots of some of this poetry, the idea of poetry, actually.
Yeah. No, lyric poetry didn't quite exist before Villon wrote these wonderful lyrical songs in the snow of Paris in the 15th century.
Speaking of poetry with music, David Ross, what's on your musical mind this morning? You're muted, David.
A little bit of a throwback song, although it's not a very old one. It has a kind of an older feel. It's a Dylan song called Duquesne Whistle. Listen to that Duquesne whistle blowing, blowing like it's gonna sweep my world away. I want to stop at Carbondale and keep on going. That Duquesne train's gonna rock me night and day. Well, you say I'm a gambler, you say I'm a pimp, but I ain't neither one. Listen to that Duquesne whistle blowing, sounding like it's on its final run. Listen to that Duquesne whistle blowing, blowing like she's never blown before. Little red light blinking, red light glowing, blowing like she's at my chamber door. Well, you smiling through that fence at me, like you always smiled before. Listen to that Duquesne whistle blowing, blowing like she ain't gonna blow no more. Can't you hear that Duquesne whistle blowing, blowing like the sky's gonna blow apart? You're the only thing alive that keeps me going. You're like a time bomb to my heart. Well, I can hear your sweet voice steadily calling. Must be the mother of our Lord. Listen to that Duquesne whistle blowing, blowing like my woman's on board. Well, listen to that Duquesne whistle blowing, blowing like it's gonna blow my blues away. You old rascal, I know exactly where you're going. Well, I'll leave you there myself at the break of day. Well, I wake up every morning with that woman in my bed. Everybody's telling me she's gone to my head. Listen to that Duquesne whistle blowing, blowing like it's gonna kill me dead. Well, can't you hear that Duquesne whistle blowing, blowing through another no-good town? Lights on my native land are showing. I wonder if they'll know me next time around. Well, I wonder if that old oak tree is still standing, that old oak tree, the one we used to climb. Listen to that Duquesne whistle blowing, blowing like she's blowing right on time.
Nice. That's a Dylan song I am not really familiar with. It's like somewhere in the back of my head, but never in the foreground. It's nice to pull those out.
I like those train songs,
Yes, we'll have to get back into some more Guy Clark and trains sometime. Chiho, across the river in Newburgh, or wherever you might be, how are you doing?
I'm good. Good morning.
Good to have you back.
Good to see everybody.
Yeah. So what's on your musical mind and soul this morning, thinking about where we're at?
Snow is on my mind.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. Well, thanks for having me back, Andy. It's good to be here.
And I see Rick Nestler out in the Catskills is back in the green room munching on some of the Cheerios and having a morning cocktail. He'll be on soon.
Okay, here's a song. It doesn't have a title yet, but it's about a friend of mine.
Cool.
what we're talking about. We all know why we're here. Now and then we all get spun around, but you didn't have to disappear. Suddenly it's quiet now. There's no way out. Heaven's bearing all the pain that couldn't be on earth. And I only wish I could speak your name and you would turn your head to see me, to see me. Lives go on without you. No one talks about you. Maybe for a generation or two at best. We've been down this road before, and I wish you were here. I'd hold your hand as you go through that door and let you know I care fairly well, fairly well, fairly well.
That was beautiful, Chiho.
Oh, thanks,
Beautiful.
Karen. Thank you. Good to see you.
Really
Yeah.
sweet song.
Thank
Sweet
you.
song.
Thanks, Dave.
About you, without you. That's a wonderful little couplet.
Thank you.
Patrick Jones is watching over on YouTube, and he chimes into a nice Chiho song for those who have moved on and what's left for us.
Yeah, thanks, Pat.
Yeah. So I might throw in something if we can fit it in. Let's see here. I was thinking about a protest song, but it's too long, so I might go back to one of my standards. Yeah, I'm gonna do one I've done on here before. It's kind of the
That was
theme
a great song you were trying this morning, though, Andy.
Yeah, but it's like a 4.5 minute tune, and it just takes up too much time. So. Well, Fluky doesn't even begin to describe the way life feels these days. Crisis a minute has become the norm. Worries just won't go away. Bills are piled high, windows are barred, tread on my tires worn thin. Got such an assortment of problems, don't know where to begin. So I take my old dog for a 7-mile walk, stare at the clouds in the sky, sit on a rock on the top of a hill and just simply wonder why. Why am I here? Where am I headed? Is there an end to these woes? Then the sun peeks out and a rainbow appears and my dog licks me on my nose. That's when I realize things aren't half as bad as they seem to be. I got 2 good legs, it's a beautiful day, and at least my dog loves me. I've decided to take it all a day at a time, made myself a little O's. I'm gonna start each day with a prayer and end each day with a toast. I'm gonna start each day with a prayer and end each day with a toast. I get back to my house, I pay one of my bills, write a new resume. call an old friend I hadn't seen for years. He said I'd made his day. He's behind on his rent, his roof had a leak. He's fighting with his wife. I said, sounds like you could use a little dose of my new approach to life. You know, it feels like things aren't half as bad as they seem to be. I got 2 good legs, it's a beautiful day, and I know my dog loves me. I've decided to take it all a day at a time. Made myself a little loaf. Gonna start each day with a prayer and end each day with a toast.
It's great to hear that one again, Andy.
Yeah,
You're sounding really good. You've got your sound worked out.
well, it's a Loudon instead of the little Martin, so that gives it a more some more depth. That's good. I do love my Loudon. It was Chiho. It was so great having the guitar makers summit last week.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
Was that just last week?
Yeah, last week.
Geez, it seems like a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to get Fred Carlson back on that. That paper mache banjo was pretty great.
He's an amazing player. He just draws you in as soon as he looks right in the camera. He just draws you in.
I know,
Yeah.
and his guitars are astounding, and other instruments. Yeah.
That was
So.
a lot of fun.
Yeah, so we could circle through a couple more things here. Andre, is there another reading or a bibliomancy little? Is there time for a quick bit of bibliomancy?
Sure.
Those who weren't here last year, Andre reminded me of this practice that goes back in time through centuries.
Open the book.
Yeah, the good book, and I guess initially, and then open a book of poetry, and whatever is ailing you or vexing you, you'll find some answer on the random page and line you look at.
Well, let's but these poems, I'm not sure they were. I edited this anthology at the end of the Poets Say Goodbye to the End of the 20th Century. I just looked at it because I thought maybe it's time now to gather a different kind of anthology of poems written in the pandemic and see. See how people thought, and but then this will do. So here it goes, just for you. Does anybody have a question? Because I could answer it.
Is there a normal?
Is there a normal? Okay, well, this is Fake Ignacio, a poet who lives in Hawaii. She teaches there, and she says, through the translucent moth frail skin raised up before his face, he saw his aunt crouched on the limb of a tree eating sweet potatoes. Well, I guess not.
I will be pondering that.
I don't know what that is.
I like it. I can. It's getting me somewhere.
Yeah,
it's getting me past where I was with that question. So that's
lovely.
good.
Well, I have to go and start a snowball fight in Pleasant Park.
Okay, well, good. Just make sure they're not icy, make sure they're soft and fluffy.
Yeah, it's coming down. It's great to hear everybody. It's so
good to have you back on here. Come back anytime.
Thank you.
And we'll see you around. David.
Yeah, I've got a Guy Clark song because I know it would not be a Sunday for you if we didn't have a Guy Clark song. So this is one of my favorites.
Andre, take care, man.
Bye.
One of my favorites. See you later, Andre. I've known Andre for close to 50 years.
Amazing.
Very weird.
I want to get Cecilia Vicuña back on, by the way.
Yeah, that would be great. That would be wonderful. I'd like to do that.
Yeah.
Anyhow, I'm going to play a short little Guy Clark song that's one of my favorites. I think you know it.
Yeah, I'm just popping Rick in here too, just to say
hey, Rick. Called She Ain't Going Nowhere.
Oh, I love it.
Standing on the gone side of leaving, she found her thumb and stuck it in the breeze. She'll take anything that's going
close to somewhere she can lay it down and live it like she please. But she ain't going nowhere, she's just leaving. She ain't going nowhere, she can't breathe. And she ain't going home, that's for sure. She ain't sitting down and crying on her suitcase. She has so second thoughts for the road. She's got feelings that need some repair, and she doesn't give a damn that it shows. But she ain't going nowhere, she's just leaving. She ain't going nowhere, she can't breathe. And she ain't going home, that's for sure. Well, the wind has a way with her hair, like the blues has a way with her smile. And she has a way of her own, like a prisoner has a way with a file. She ain't going nowhere, she's just leaving. She ain't going nowhere, she can't breathe. And she ain't going home, that's for sure. She ain't going nowhere, she's just leaving. She ain't going nowhere, she can't breathe. And she ain't going home, that's for sure. Ah, she ain't going home, that's for sure. And she ain't going home, that's for sure.
He was such a poet. He was such a freaking beautiful wordsmith. I mean, that line, the blues had a way with her smile, like prisoners have a way with a file. I mean, holy moly.
Yeah.
So
we're doing our best to keep him alive, keep him in our thoughts, and keep his music out there in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Rick Nestler, are you on the heavy end of this snowstorm or the light end? Oh, you're muted, I think. Yeah.
You're still muted.
You're muted. Oh, there we go. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's been snowing for about an hour and a half now, 2 hours.
Okay.
All of the shoveling I did looks like it's going for naught.
There you go. Well, you know, it would just be more.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to seeing the end of this. So.
Yeah, I'm seeing Claudia Gibson coming in from Wimberley, Texas, down in the green room. So that we'll have another voice in here shortly from a slightly more moderate part of the climate. Although I think it's been cold there too. We'll find out in a minute.
Yeah. Well,
yep.
Doubt that she's getting as much snow as we are. But then I really shouldn't complain. My niece emailed me from I was chatting with a couple of my relatives, and my niece, who is up in Anchorage, just sort of broke in and said, "Oh, quit your whining. A mere 3 feet." You know.
On Friday, I just did a conversation with two people in the Inupiat village of Kotzebue up in the Chukchi Sea. Fascinating conversation about scientists and indigenous community working together to do research together on sea ice change. It was really cool. And it was, he described it, let's see, it was -20 and about a 40-knot wind. So
yeah, I'd say that's cool.
Yes. So Rick, what's on your musical mind this morning?
Well, I really didn't have an agenda, but I was looking through
That's
this
all right.
list, and there was a song I hadn't played in quite a while. It was written by a friend of mine, Drew Gorman.
Is there a false
back-
Gorman?
Pardon me?
Is there a false Gorman?
No, Drew.
Oh, Drew. I thought you said Drew.
Anyway, this is a song that he wrote as an ode to better guitar players. Hey, guitar picker, can you show me how to play? You play that guitar oh so sweetly. Show me your guitar picking right away. I heard you are famous. Magic fingers you possess. Can you show me how to play it? I want to learn from the best. Show me how to play it country. Show me how to play it honky. Show me what your hands can do. I want to make my hands do it too. Well, if you will show me how you play the way you do, there ain't nothing that I can promise, except I'll play my guitar, baby, just for you. Show me how to play it country. Show me how to play it honky. Show me what your hands can do. I want to make my hands do it too. Well, if you'll show me how you play the way you do, there ain't nothing that I can promise, except I'll play my guitar, baby. Play my guitar, baby. Play my guitar, baby, just for you.
That's great. You're reminding me of that Love and Spoonful. Well, there's 1,352 guitar pickers in Nashville, and they can pick more notes than the number of ants on a Tennessee hill.
Yeah,
They were all surrounded by superlatives.
Yeah, I had a buddy of mine, Ray Chesna, who's actually a roommate of mine, who was the hottest guitar player around for the crowd I was hanging out with at the time. And he actually went down to Nashville, and he was back about 3 months later saying, everything in that song is true.
Yeah, I know. It's so intimidating. I went to some songwriting. I performed there at some of the songwriting sessions, and felt that same sense of intimidation. Although I stuck it out, I got invited back one time, but it's super intimidating. And Chiho, I was going to say that thinking about superlative guitar players, you make guitars for some pretty superlative guitar players, and I don't know how that influences your musical side.
Well, it's interesting because I never hear the guitar. I'm an average guitar player, but I don't hear what they can do until they're actually on the stage, which is crazy. And
Oh, that's
even
true, right?
even like lead guitar. I don't play lead guitar, and I'm just hoping that nothing goes wrong.
And by the way, I
when
see
they finally
Joanne.
start playing 'em.
I've just pulled Claudia Gibson. I've invited back out of the green room, and I see Joanne Rand is there. And here's Joanne Rand for waking up really early out west. Joanne, thank you for doing that, because it's always a great pleasure having you on this show. And how are you doing, Claudia?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. It's nice here. It's cold in the morning and then it warms up in the 70s. So it's lovely.
70s. Wow. Okay.
I know. No snow. We had snow a couple weeks ago. Everyone gets upset. It's like this much. It's so funny. I just laugh.
It's like when it rains in Los Angeles or there, everyone just kind of freaks out.
Yeah.
So Joanne and Claudia, before you get going, I wanted to see if Gio had one more tune to slip in from before the morning gets gone.
Okay, this one also doesn't have a title, Andy. Sorry. I don't know what it's about. Could be about internet dating. I'm not exactly sure. Oh, decide for yourself today. Think about what you're gonna say when he calls you on the telephone, asking if you're all alone, and he wants you, but only now and then. He's the farthest thing from a friend. He only knows your skin, your hair, your lips, the rise and fall inside your hips. It's you. Well, I offered her my advice, which she pushed away not once but twice. Oh, you'll never be my lover, she said. Your jealousy rears its ugly head. Now she's off somewhere in LA. Who was I to say? Oh, but I loved her when I saw her first, standing in a doorway, breathing air, breathing air, breathing air.
I was muted. Very nice.
Thanks,
Very nice.
Andy. Thanks for
So
having
it's
me
good.
today.
It's good to know that you're keeping at the songwriting as well as the guitar making. I find it hard. I've been finding it hard myself to fit that in. So keep it up.
It is hard, but I'm trying.
That's good. So Claudia, Wimberley, Texas, and you are constantly writing new songs. You're part of the sort of songwriting culture that's sort of like the fast folk folks I used to hang out with, prompting each other and.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, it's been like I've been writing, but I've written one that I really like in the last few months. This pandemic just isn't too inspiring to me, I gotta say. Some people, I have a friend of mine, my friend Anna Larson, she was on here once. She's now released a whole album of songs that she wrote while kind of holed up in Austin, and she recorded it and put all this ambient sound and sound of people. And yeah, it's wonderful. It's called Cocoon, which I thought was great, and you guys should check it out. It's really good. But I
encourage her to come back on, and now that she's done with it.
Yeah, I just like I've been writing, but I want to be recording again this year, so now I have to get on the like writing the songs I like, and we're about to start up our songwriting group again for another semester, and I get to be the quote professor, so I'm the one supplying the prompts and listening to everyone's songs, and it's kind of daunting, but it's good because I kind of needed a kick in the butt. So
Interesting.
So, you know, we find ways to stay inspired, I guess, or to force ourselves, because it's just writing every day. That's all you have to do.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, the practice,
Yeah,
I don't mean
'cause-
the practice of keeping it in your daily schedule.
Oh yeah, because 80% of it or 90% of it's going to be crap. So
Right.
if you have more, then you have more to choose from. So instead of just one
Right.
song a year, you have 5 or 6 or 7. So yeah.
Right. And a community to offer feedback on what's working or not working.
Yeah,
So a
except
little bit of
here's what
both.
I noticed. I know we were in a songwriting group years ago together, the Hudson Valley Musicians Alliance. And in New York, people are much more apt to say, well, that part didn't work for me, or, I just didn't, and out here, it's like everyone's polite,
Yeah.
So I'm like,
I'll tell you,
give me
right,
the
the
hard
Jack.
stuff.
Did you ever go to a Jack Hardy session in Greenwich Village?
No, I never went down to
Oh,
those.
I
That was
did.
during my rock and roll phase, and I was like, oh, folk, it was stupid of me. I didn't even.
I wrote a story for the New York Times about it after I was doing it for a while, and it was very much an acid bath of people who thought that everything had to be deeply poetic, and anything that was sort of like a concrete sequential part of a song was completely trivial.
Well,
and
Yeah, when I was young, a teenager, I was attempting to play jazz, and then I went to music school. So I was kind of used to getting fierce criticism, and jazz guys are like, "Oh, that sucked," It never bothered me. I was always the worst player, and the youngest one back then. So I didn't, I just never took it personally. I was like, okay, I got to go back and practice more.
Oh, good.
So, I don't know.
So you got a song queued up in your brain, in your mind, in your heart today?
I do. I have one. That I wrote, gosh, probably about 3 years ago and just never recorded. And I got a whole bunch of these, and I'm kind of like sort of gathering them up and seeing, do I want to record this one or what? Because now I'm starting to think about what I'm going to do this year with all that. So, yeah, I probably played this one before. It's called Unbound, but I like it. And anyway,
cool.
Here we go. Sunrise shining on my skin. I pull out on the interstate, signaling my change of fate. Unbound and ready to begin. 1,600 miles to go. It's just a couple days or so. There's time to contemplate my sins. I'm headed back from where I came, where everybody knows my name. Unbound, starting out again. Unbound, love can't live in the dark side of town. It needs some hope to stick around. Unbound, and I can't live my life on the ground. And we just held each other down. I'm passing kids who smile and wave. There's billboards, license plates, reminders of the state I'm in. At a truck stop in Ohio, a stray dog's running down the road. held each other down. Coffee in a paper cup, I swirl around and drink it up. Tonight we'll see my journey's end. I pull off of this interstate, a different kind of road awaits. I'm bound, I'm starting out again. Yeah, I'm unbound, I'm ready to begin.
That's a great tune.
Thank you.
Really creates word pictures and drives home an idea. It's really nice.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Well, I think I might record that one, so we'll see.
Oh, you should. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to hear it with a fuller, with a band. I miss playing with people. It's like.
Oh, I know. We're all in that. And Joanne, I was so enjoying looking back through your YouTube history with you had some amazing bandmates.
That's so true. Yes.
Really, that guitar player who has he capo's way up the neck and he's doing incredible slide work.
Steve Kemmock.
Yeah, and the violinist.
That's Rob Diggins. He lives locally. Lucky with him.
Great bunch of people.
Where are you from, Joanne? What part of California?
I live in Arcata, California, which is the far north coast and of California. So you were beyond all the madness.
It's pretty. I drove a few summers ago. Drove down from Vancouver down the coast to the Bay Area. It's so beautiful.
Oh, it's amazing. I feel so lucky, especially right now when you can just. A lot of people are stuck in apartments on the 5th floor or whatever, and
yeah.
We're just able to walk out our door for miles and just so I've actually been gravitating around this area since 1983. I'm from Georgia. And this is like kind of, I lived on a river. You had to canoe and hike a mile in. And it's the farthest you could get from any metropolitan area in the country.
Wow.
And so it's just feeding me. The place feeds me. And
that's a pretty amazing statistic.
Well, up, I won't tell you where it is, but the river, yeah. It's the best place in case of a nuclear war or whatever.
Yeah, right.
Not that I'm of that,
Wow.
ilk.
So what's on your musical mind today?
Let's see. I can't sing with this headphone on. It just doesn't work for me. So I recently had a couple of people get in touch with me to ask me for a song that I wrote 40 years ago on the tailgate of my pickup truck in the New Mexico desert. And it's a thank you song for the gift of life. And with this, the pendulum seems to be swinging back from where it got to with who shall not be named. And I feel really hopeful about the work that Biden is doing right now. I feel like just grateful. So it's a thank you song. And there's 2 of them. Maybe I could do the other one later.
Sure.
This one was The Seed. And I hope I get that frog out of my throat. Real simple song. And I want to mention, Claudia, I'd love to join a songwriter group. I don't know if they have to be locals.
Nope. I'll send you an invite.
Okay, so I want to thank you for the beauty of another living day. I want to thank you for the blue, blue sky, for the yellow sun, for the strength to say, here I am. Here I am. Here I am. And I'm thanking you. Yes, I'm thanking you. I want to thank you for this quiet place in the writhing sea of humanity. I want to thank you for this quiet place that resides inside of me, yeah. I want to thank you for the other folks that like to sit and quiet too. I want to thank you for the soul to sit here thanking you, yeah. I want to thank you, thank you, thank you, yeah. I want to thank you, thank you, thank you, oh. I want to thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah. I want to thank you for the beauty of another unmade day. I want to thank you for the hearts that I feel reaching out to me, yeah. I want to thank you for this restless wind that's licking around my heels. I want to thank you for the soul to sit here thanking you. I want to thank you, thank you, thank you, yeah. Thank you, thank you, thank you, yeah. I want to thank you, thank you, thank you. And it's all a sing along, so you can go with me. I want to thank you, thank you, thank you, yeah. I want to thank you, thank you, thank you. I want to thank you, thank you, thank you.
Oh, that's just great.
It's simple. It's one of those
Well, I
songs
love that.
I didn't play for a long time because it's too simple. But you know,
Oh, come on. But
simple is-
I think we all recognize that simple can be spectacular. I love that line. I want to thank you for the beauty of another unmade day.
yeah. I mean, I do think that I wake up with hope every morning,
Mhm.
no matter what's going on. So my
Good
hope
one.
is that the vaccines outpace the mutations,
There you go.
and that I get to see my parents again.
Yeah.
You know, and my daughter gets to go to college face to face next fall, and that our country regains its sanity and maintains its sanity. People are fed and sheltered and remember to be friendly and kind. You know,
Absolutely. There's a reverend who has a little church across the street here. He has a sign outside. There's basically be kind, something about being kind. And it says, pro tip, it's always possible.
and I would
Pretty
say the
cool.
first and foremost on my mind is the planet. So my hope is that
Yeah.
we do the impossible, which is to reel back the madness of humanity.
Yeah. So, Rick, up there in the snowy Catskills, another tune come to mind? Something that can take us away from, give us the energy to build that relationship with an unmade day?
Mm.
Oh,
Oop, you
there you are.
button.
Wrong button. Yeah.
I thought I said something rude.
No.
No, just kidding.
Just me and my faulty electromagnetic aura. It's ugly. But anyway, we were talking about things that we missed and stuff, and one of the things I missed, I haven't been anywhere since March of last year.
Yeah.
And that brings to mind a song that a friend of mine wrote, Joe Hukerot. I am just a road musician. Put yourself in my position. Everything I own is in my car. Strings have turned to rusty wire, and this old voice can't go no higher from traveling so lonesome and so far. Half of the time you rob me blind. Some of the times I see right through you. Most of the time I'm rolling down the line. Just sing a few songs to you. Just a stranger on the road, and I'm pulling such a heavy load. Sometimes I wish I'd turned and gone back home. But this old car don't run on water. It's one more toll booth, one more quarter, one more crazy picker out on his own. Half of the time you rob me blind. Some of the times I see right through you. Most of the time I'm just rolling down the line, just to sing a few songs to you. Now I knock on friendly doors and I try to sleep on someone's floor. I can't afford no better place to stay. But if I sing my hungry heart out, maybe they can help me start out. That's my consolation for the pay. Half of the time you rob me blind. Some of the times I see right through you. Most of the time I'm just rolling down the line, just to sing a few songs to you. So now I sit behind these lights, try to sing my song just right, and I'm hoping that I don't stumble and I don't fall. Because nothing makes me feel so free as when I sing for you and you sing for me, and that's my one good reason for it all. Half of the time you rob me blind. Some of the times I see right through you. Most of the time I'm just rolling down the line, just to sing a few songs to you. Most of the time I'm just rolling down the line, just to sing a few songs to you.
That's really nice. Is he from this area, or I'm not sure.
Actually, he lives. He lives. He likes to say it's Eastchester, but it's actually in Scarsdale.
I get it.
Who wrote that?
Joe Hukerot.
That's a great song.
I think I've met him. Yeah.
Well, he was in the Hudson River Sloop Singers, and since the group never officially broke up, he may still be. I don't know.
What's the name of it?
Half of the time.
I love that song.
It's really good.
It's so true.
Oh yeah, it is. It is.
I got this. I woke up this morning to a text from my older sister saying, "You need to get a job and work for 10 years so you can get Social Security." And I'm like,
it's a little late.
I spent 40 years doing this, and I don't know.
I'm just putting up a note that Claudia Gibson, before she left, she said she will be live at 3 p.m. Eastern, facebook.com, Claudia Gibson Music. And you can also follow her on Twitter at CT Gibson, @CT Gibson. And I just want to show you guys one thing that I have the sign of the chapel across the street here. Hold on a second. Here it is. I just kind of like this.
Oh, nice.
Be kind whenever possible. Pro
right
tip.
across the street.
It's always possible. This is at the church on the hill here in Little Nelsonville, village of Nelsonville. And I will say it is possible. You have to sometimes pause and take a breath, right? Whether you're online tweeting or in person with someone you disagree with. there's a lot of internal work to do to foster progress. I just love that. And Karen Brooks has just posted Joe Hukerat's name too on Facebook. So maybe you could take us out, Joanne, with the last tune
Right,
you had in
I
mind.
will. And I'm going to take these off because it just doesn't work for me.
That's fine.
And unless you say something, I'll keep it on until I start singing. So I rewrote that thank you song 30 years, 20 years later down the line. Life gets more complicated. Lots more goes on. Many facets to be grateful for. So that's what this is about. Another thank you song to the powers that be for the gift of life.
Never has my body felt this electric charge. Never have I felt such joy in my arms. It's all this spirit knows to be taken by belief. It's all my body knows to be aching with relief. I wanna thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I wanna thank you, thank you, thank you, yeah. When I breathe in, the world comes to me. When I breathe out, trees bow. It's all the same enough. The spaces in between. The universe and my mouth. I wanna thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I wanna thank you, thank you, thank you, yeah. Swimming under the surface of a stream like a salmon with my eyes wide up. I'm being swung in circles on a swing by my feet till my eyes light up. Can't you feel the particles of change howling around your ears? They wash away the surface of your pain like a multitude of tears. I wanna thank you, thank you, thank you. I wanna thank you, thank you, thank you, yeah. Never has my mind been blown by a crazy fool like you. I'm driven forth to call my own in a world that's too new. It's all the same, you know, the surface and the stream. It's all the same, you know, in this rearranging dream. It's all the same, you know, the demon and the dove. It's all the same in the eyes of love. I wanna thank you, thank you, thank you. I wanna thank you, thank you, thank you. I wanna thank you, thank you, thank you. I wanna thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah.
Spectacular way to end the morning. Thank you so much, Joanne Rand. You have a lot more of your morning ahead of you than we do. Here it's already past noontime, and but this has been a great morning here on the Sunday Sanity edition of the Sustain What webcast I do out of Columbia University's Earth Institute. Sustain What is a global online conversation identifying solutions to the complicated, shape-shifting, and epic challenges of humanity's great acceleration. This is the last half century of human journey. The virus has given us a great pause to reflect on. Hopefully we'll come back through this building a better world. Prime focus of what I do here is making sense of and getting the most out of the planet's fast-forward information environment. It's the thing that's connecting us all right now, can divide us, distract us, but get a lot of really good work done, as it's done on this show through these Sunday mornings for almost a year. It's produced as part of my work building Columbia University's new Earth Institute initiative on communication and sustainability. As soon as we're done, share the link you've been watching on with friends in circles far and wide. This all gets archived, however you've been seeing it. And get in touch with ideas. Look at that distracting scrolling bar down at the bottom to see how to do that. Thanks again to you, Joanne Rand and Rick Nestler, for closing out today's show. Also to Claudia Gibson, Chiho Han, David Ross, Andre Kodrescu, Karen Brooks, Laurie Siegel, and Patrick Jones, who were here earlier in the morning. So be well, have a good day going forward, and stay safe doing the work. Now, you know what? I'm just going to close out with that last little view of Reverend Tim Greco's message to us all. Be kind whenever possible. Pro tip, it's always possible. Take care, everyone.
Thank you for having me. Bye.
Great to
Thank
see
you
you
for
again.
doing your great work.
And you too for doing
Thanks a lot.
yours. Take care, Rick. Say hi to Donna.
Okay.